he was doing research on a certain entity, and it just so happened to be an entity that helped you get money. You know, like you just had to. How he described it to me was you just had to give something or something like that. What's moving, everybody? Hey, check it out, man. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? I got another crazy story for y'all. You feel me? Another story time. You already know what's going on. Hey, man, shout out to everybody who been clicking that button, who been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, listening to the music, all of that. I swear, bro, y'all the real ones. You feel me? Hey, but look, if you new here, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you drop a comment so I know how you feel, so I know, you know, what's real or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But look, check it out. We finna hop straight into the content. Y'all see the title of the video. It's a crazy video, right? Crazy experience altogether. Now, I don't know how many people out there are religious or spiritual or, you know, things of that matter, but, bro, this is a true story. So check it out, right? Maybe about 6-7 years ago, I had just got my first apartment, my first real apartment, you know, and my brother came to come stay with me. So you know, it was harder times, you know what I'm saying? I was a up and coming independent rapper. You feel me? Mind you, we had motion, but this was like the beginning of the motion. You know, sometimes you might have a lot going on, but you don't look back to notice your progression. You feel me? All we knew was we needed more money. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. We was staying in the projects. I don't know if any of y'all stay in Atlanta or any of y'all familiar with Atlanta, but we stayed in the complex right outside of the city limits, like right by Gresham Road, like Decatur almost. You know, it was between Gresham and Candler Road. It was called Hidden Villas. It was a little project, you know, that a lot of people came up in for real. But so we was staying in the projects, and I remember, matter of fact, it was me, my baby mama, my little girl, and my brother. You feel me? So I remember one day, my brother, he came to me, you know, and he was like, "Listen, I've been doing some research." You feel me? And he basically was like, he came up on. I ain't gonna say the entity's name, you know, because I'm spiritual like that. I don't like to summon nothing or anything like that. But he found some. He was doing research on a certain entity, and it just so happened to be an entity that helped you get money. You know, like you just had to. How he described it to me was you just had to give something. Or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So he came to me one day. He was like, "Yeah, I've been doing this research, and yeah, the entity name is this, and you know what it says is they will grant us our wish. We just gotta give something of ours." And basically, what he was saying was, you had to make this altar and put something that you care about in the altar, whether it be a shoe, a piece of hair, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So he asked me, he like, "Listen, you know, I don't want to," and my brother, he real thoughtful like this. You know, it was just thoughtful in a different way. You get what I'm saying? He like, "Man, I don't want to, you know, just hog it all for myself, you know." So he came to me and he asked me, you know, "Do you want to put something on the altar?" And, you know, I didn't really think of it too deep, you know, because I had other stuff going on. Like I was telling y'all, I was an artist. You feel me? I had shows here, shows there. I'm having to do a whole bunch of stuff on a limited budget, you know, at least until I got my investors and all that. So, and on top of that, my baby mama and my child had just came to start living with me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just kind of brushed it off. You know, he asked me, did I want to put something on the altar? And I'm like, "Man, I'm straight on all that." You feel me? I just knew that much. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew I didn't want to be involved in nothing like that. I wasn't even sure that it was gonna work or anything like that. But I seen too many shows and movies where people get involved in witchcraft or a certain level of spirituality, and things actually start to happen. You feel me? Mind you, I come from a family that feels certain things. You know, I always felt certain things and seen certain things since I was a child, but I just ignore it, you know, because I ain't never just really care to indulge in all that. You know what I'm saying? It got to be a reason for me. Like, tell me what you trying to tell me. Don't be coming around here just hunting me for no reason. You feel me? Say it through somebody else or something. You feel me? That's how I always felt. So, one day, he was like, all right, cool. You know, it is what it is. So, one day, he came to me again. And mind you, I'm not really paying that much attention to all of this stuff. You feel me? Like, I'm not really thinking of it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's his situation. Let him go ahead and do what he do, whatever the case. So he came to me another day, and he was like, listen, I did the first steps, right? And what was supposed to happen once he put the stuff on the altar and he do whatever prayer or whatever the case, this entity was supposed to send him a chain or a bracelet or something like that, right? So he was just supposed to find it one day. So he like, yeah, I did the first steps. You know, now he just waiting on whatever chain or whatever necklace or whatever bracelet that the entity's supposed to send him. So he was taking out the trash one day, and lo and behold, bro, he took out the trash. Mind you, the trash can, we stayed in like the front of the complex, but on the side. So the trash can was like 20 feet away from our door, literally. You know what I'm saying? So he walked out to take out the trash, and lo and behold, dog, he looked down. He threw the trash away. He looked down, and there was the necklace. The necklace with the entity's body or face on it, right? Crazy, I promise you. So he coming and he's showing me this, right? So mind you, I wasn't, like I told y'all, I wasn't really diving too deep into the situation. I didn't really know, you know, how deep it really was, you know? So I'm just like, you better not put that on. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of left it at that and kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he second guessed it a couple times. But one day, after he found the necklace, he kind of stopped communicating with me about it altogether. You know, I guess he seen that I wasn't just really that interested or anything like that. I'm not sure, you feel me? But the next day or the next couple days later, bro, I went to the studio. And it was the weirdest studio session ever. You know, it was crazy. Like, Young Thug walked in on the studio session. I only ended up recording one song because me and the owner of this Patchwork Studio, no, that's not Patchwork, this Billboard Studio, me and the owner of Billboard Studio sat there and talked. My session was like 6 hours. We sat there and talked for like 3. You know what I'm saying? About manifestation, about spirituality, about getting what you want out of life, about law of attraction, you know, and I felt that was kind of weird because it's like, you know, we paying for this session, you know, but this conversation was just so dope and just so deep that, you know, he didn't want to leave the room. I didn't want to stop the conversation. You know, even the engineer was in on it. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle of us talking about manifestation and stuff like that, Young Thug walked in the studio because I booked up his studio time. You know, Billboard Studio was like Young Thug's main studio at the time. I had booked it up for dang near the whole day, you know. So he walked in to see what was going on, like who got my studio, like who got my session, like, you know what I'm saying. He was trying to get in, so I went out there and I met him. I thought all of that was crazy. So mind you, I finally go in the booth and I make one of the craziest songs like I ever made. It was just so heartfelt and just so deep, and it was literally about my little girl. This is the first song I ever made about my little girl in totality. You know, I was telling her, don't cry, baby. You know, that was the basis of the song. You not no cry, baby. You feel me? So in the middle of me making the song, I'm almost done with the song, my baby mama called me and she like, listen, I don't know what's going on in this house, but where you at? I'm like, man, I'm at the studio. What's going on? She like, your daughter won't stop crying. It's it's a weird energy in this house. I don't know what's going on. Like something ain't right. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, well, just come to the studio. You feel me? Like you know, you can come to the yo. You feel me? It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And the way Billboard, we always had the biggest room in Billboard. So Billboard, the way it's set up, it's a kitchen in there. It's if you got the biggest room, you got a lounge room on the side. You know, as well as the waiting room that you sit in while the artist is recording, as well as the booth. You know, it's huge. You feel me? So she pull up to the studio, and I'm on the phone with her before she leave. She like, man, it's something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I tell her to leave the house. She leaving the house. As she leaving the house, it just start pouring down raining. So much so that I can hear it over the phone, like thundering and everything. You know, like something didn't want her to leave that house. You feel me? So she tripping. She like, Jay, I don't know what to do. It just really just started pouring down raining out of nowhere. Like, should I leave? You know, I'm like, heck yeah, come on. You feel me? Like, just make sure you be safe. Just drive safe. You feel me? So she get up there to the studio, and she basically telling me how weird the situation was. You know, she got my daughter with her, and she telling me how weird the situation was. So I'm like, all right, well, we just gonna see when we get home. I got like another hour left. You know, I'm finna finish this song up, and we gonna head to the house. So I finished the song up, and I'm gonna leave it in the comments too, man, cause y'all really gotta hear the track. Like it's you could tell something was up. You feel me? Like it was just too heartfelt in certain ways for there not to be some kind of entity on that song or some kind of energy on that song. You feel me? Like, and then it kind of came out of nowhere. So we headed to the spot, and we get in the complex, and it's this little hill that you gotta get on. It's a little hill, and my apartment sitting on the right of the hill. So once you get up this hill, you make this little right, and my apartment is like the first apartment on top of the hill. So we going up the hill, and I don't know if any of y'all ever felt anything spiritual or strong like that, but as we get into the top of the hill to go to my apartment, my eyes just start watering. You feel me? My eyes just start watering, and I was overcome with like this feeling of like nervousness or fear or something. You feel me? And it just started getting heavier and heavier as I'm going up the hill, getting close to my apartment. So I'm like, oh nah. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Turn around. We finna spin the block a couple times. You know what I'm saying? We're not going into the house right now. We finna spin the block. We finna hit Keller Road, hit McAfee, go to McDonald's. We finna do something else. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get our mind off of this or something. You feel me? I'm thinking it's just a mind thing, you know, cause she kind of, it didn't sit right with me how she came up to the studio. You know, it made me feel like, damn, what if something is going on? You feel me? Mind you, I'm not thinking about this seance my brother was supposed to have done. You know, I'm not thinking about this. I'm just thinking like, you know, something ain't right. So we spun the block for a minute, and we waited until my brother got to the house. And when he got to the house, we finally went in, you know, and we went in, and it felt cold. It just felt real cold in that house. You know what I'm saying? And but you know, it was all good. We ain't let it, you know, just trip us out too much. You know, we went to sleep. So at this time, I used to work at Enterprise Rental Car. You know, so I remember getting up for work. I went to work, and I was driving people around, you know, back to their house or whatever like that. And I could remember having these crazy thoughts, like real crazy thoughts, you know, like hurting myself or hurting somebody else or anything. Like it was just wild. You know, I didn't want to be in the car by myself. I felt like something was watching me. I felt like something was behind me. I didn't want to look in my rearview mirror. I felt like I was going to see something. You know what I'm saying? And usually when you at work, it don't be like that. You know, you around a whole bunch of people, you know, so it's not really no big deal. You feel me? So, man, I immediately I called my baby mama, and I'm like, listen, bro, something not right, bro. Like, I'm having these crazy thoughts, you know, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on. but something ain't right. You feel me? I don't never think about harming myself. I don't never think about just harming others that much. You know, I think about it sometimes, harming other people. You feel me? But you know, we all go there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't never think about it this much and not to this extent. Like if I could tell y'all what I was thinking about, it's crazy. So she like, all right, well, I'm gonna call your sister, you know, because my sister, she real spiritual. It's just she deeper in it. Like she actually talk to these spirits, and you know, she be having dreams, and she be more open to certain things than I do, you know. So she called my sister, and by the time I'm getting off of work, you know, my sister called me, and she like, listen, you know, I talked to your baby mama, you know, and she told me what's going on, and immediately I had a dream that somebody was in bondage. You know, she couldn't see the face. She couldn't see nothing. She knew it was related to us. She didn't know if it was me. She didn't know if it was my brother. She didn't know if it was anybody. But she seen somebody wrapped up in bondage, you know, and couldn't see their face. You know, like that same day, she had a dream about this. So I'm like, all right, well, that's weird. You feel me? I don't know what's going on, but you know, I know these feelings ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? So she like and I don't know if any of y'all ever experienced spiritual warfare, but it make you want to do things to people or do things to yourself or make other people want to do things to you. You know, it control the physical realm. That's what it feel like, at least. You know? So I'm like, all right, well, meet me at the house, man. You know what I'm saying? Come to the house and see if you feel something. So she come to the house, and when she get to the house, my brother already at the house. You know, he been up in his room for the past couple days. You know, like we ain't even just been talking as much. You know what I'm saying? So she come to the house, and she feel the energy just like I felt the energy. And she like, yeah, Jay, something ain't right. You know, something is literally not right. So I'm like, all right, well, just be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, you know, we ain't got nowhere else to go. You know, we not thinking it's that deep, you know, because we don't necessarily know. We just having these feelings, you know? So, she like, all right, bet. So, she went home, and that night, bro, she might have called me that night or the next morning and said, listen, I don't know what my brother did. She like, I don't know what your brother did, but that was the face that I seen in bondage. You know, she had a dream that night, and basically she was able to see the face, I guess, from coming to my house, you know? And I'm like, wow, okay. Let me see what that's about. You feel me? So I go to my brother, and I'm like, listen, cuz, I've been having these crazy feelings and all this and all that and all that, whatever. You know, I'm just explaining it to him real graphically. And he was like, whoa, you know, it tripped him out. And I'm like, what's up? Like, mind you, because I forgot about the whole seance. I forgot about the altar and everything. So he like, man, you think this got something to do with the spell that I casted? I'm like, fool. I forgot you did that. You did that here? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking him, I'm like, you did that at the house? You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, bro, I did it in the room. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So this is what I've been feeling, bro. Like, because his room was right next to my room, literally. Like, they were connected. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you done did this whole spiritual thing in the room. You know, I think he even put on the necklace or the bracelet or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, it's this tense energy in the house, bro. It's a real tense energy in here. And it's like, it's just, we don't get it. You feel me? So, I'm like, yeah, bro. Something ain't right, bro. Like, it's, this feeling that I got ain't right, bro. Like, we gotta do something about this. Like, we gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? And his whole thing was, man, look, I did this so we can get rich, you know, so we can get this money and whatever like that. And I'm like, listen, bro, stuff like that, this when I start paying more attention, you know, and start really giving him more defined answers on what we was going through. I'm like, listen, because now I'm really feeling something. I'm like, listen, bro, stuff like that, bro. Entities like that, from what I hear, they don't stop until blood is shed, you know, or something is taken, like something of importance is taken. We gotta cut this out right now before something actually happened. You get what I'm saying? So he feeling remorseful, but at the same time, I don't know what type of confusion this spell got him under, you know, because it was like he had mixed feelings about it. You know what I mean? Like, all the way up until the point, like, man, we called a whole bunch of people to the house and we praying, and he ran out the prayer circle, bruh. Like, he ran out like he couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? My other brother was crying in the background, you know, because he couldn't take it. It was a lot going on, bro. But listen. This gonna have to be a part 2 situation. You feel me? If y'all want to know the aftermath of the seance and what we end up doing and what ended up happening after that, bro, like, share, subscribe. Put down part 2 in the comments, bro. Put down I promise you, this is gonna be a crazy part 2. Put down part 2 in the comments and I got you, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and look, until next time, man. 100. Love y'all.